Well, good morning. The day after the night before. Oh, excuse me. Must be the coffee. So you have 3 boxes of figures, as we said last night's video. You have 3 boxes of figures, so I'm going to make 3 little videos. Show you the figures, show you how they turned out, explain any problems therewith, and then I'll give you my overall impression of what I think of that particular box. These figures, as you know from anybody watched last night, they're all 1 in 35 scale. Excuse me if I'm losing my voice a bit, it always seems to be the way these days. It's not intentional, I assure you. So we'll start with that box, Masterbox, box 3567, MB 3567. So we'll start off with that figure with the guy holding the rake. Where's my guy with the rake? Here he is. There he is, folks. A little bit in shadow, I'm sorry. Let's see if I get a bit more light on him here. Let's see if we get a bit more light going here. Yeah, no, well, not really. But anyhow, let's scoot that around a bit. See if we can see him now. Yeah, there you go. That's not too bad. Anyhow, not too bad a figure actually. Went together quite well. The only thing you've got to be wary of with this figure is the left arm is in 2 bits. So the variant of positions, you could put that arm in with the 2 bits, and getting it in the right position to hold the rake. On my part, I think it was more luck than judgment. I think it was more luck. This arm, the right arm, sort of really only one position it can go when you look at the body, so that's a bit of a help. But that left arm, 2 pieces, tricky to know where to put it when you're going to glue it, to get the thing right. And I was terribly worried that I would get glue smeared everywhere because I was trying to get the thing right and everything, but I managed to do it, but more luck than judgment, I think. The hands are not great. The hands are open too wide, really, for the handle of the rake. But I didn't want to force the things shut because you knew damn well you'd probably end up breaking them. There possibly is a way of doing it that I'm not cognizant with. It doesn't look too bad. Front on, it doesn't look too bad. Yeah, acceptable. The only other thing was, head of the rake, there's just like a little indent on it, which you sit on the handle of the rake, and you know damn well, even if you glue it well, you know damn well at some point that's going to be knocked off. So I got a pin drill and drilled it out and pushed the handle of the rake in the hole. Why they couldn't put a hole in there when they made the thing, I don't know. So it's now glued and pushed on. The handle of the rake is more secure now. Little bit of filling to do with it around the arms and around back of the body. Nothing horrendous. I mean, it's not a bad figure. It's not a bad figure. Quite nice detailing on the face. That's quite nice. Yeah, all in all, yeah, quite a nice figure. Quite a nice figure. But I do think if a young person was going to put that figure together, I think they would struggle with the arms and getting the rake. I think that's a difficult ask for a young person. Little boy, little boy. There he is in all his glory. Not too bad a figure, in all honesty, quite a nice figure. Went together quite satisfactorily, no real problem. Needed a bit of filler. I've used, you can see that on his back, I've used green stuff around his backside and a little bit round where the hat meets the head. He came with choice of hats. You could either use this, what looks like a Polish sort of cavalry hat, or you could give him a beret. I thought the beret made him look too French. I didn't want him looking French, so I used the cavalry hat. I suppose I could have done, what I could have done was not give him a hat at all and just build up the rest of the head with green stuff. I could have done that, I suppose. But anyway, he's no problem with him at all. No problem with him at all. Be a nice figure. What he does come with is a little trolley. I haven't put that together yet. I successfully managed to break two pieces because it's flimsy and delicate as anything. So I've managed to break, believe it or not, two rails back and front. I've managed to break them because they're so flimsy and delicate, and I've also split one of the wheels as well. So I will put it together because it goes with the boy. I will put it together, but that's a pig, so you'll be aware of that. Our little girl figure. There she is. Quite a nice figure. Went together reasonably well. I had to glue the arms on because both arms are joined together. So you've got like a, and the arms go on at the sort of shoulders, but they didn't really want to stay in place, so I had to glue them and just sit there with it held like that till the glue sort of took. Bit of a gap in the skirt on the back edge there, which had to be filled. But all in all, quite a nice figure, all in all. Now I assume that figure is supposed to be Jewish, because it comes with choice of hat. I don't know, that hat bears no resemblance to what you get in the box, actually. I don't know why they've done that. They couldn't give a proper accurate representation of what you get in the box. There you see it on the back, look, you see a totally different hat. That's sort of what you get in the box. Or that little, I don't know what you call that little saucer thing that goes on their head. But that's a Jewish thing, isn't it? But that figure, there he is. That figure, if you saw my Saturday live cast, that figure was an absolute pig to put together. I mean, an absolute pig. The lower half of the jacket comes in 3 sections. So the top half of the jacket is all molded into the body as one thing, and then you've got 3 sections of the lower half of the jacket. So you put the first 2 sections on, and then the third, you come to put the third section on, and it doesn't fit. It's out by about 2 millimeters. It's ridiculous, ridiculous. So you have a lot of sanding and sort of filing to do to get it to fit. So anyway, eventually you contrive to get the thing to fit. So you say, all right, well, I've done the jacket now, I'll fit the legs now. Which is always the way I sort of do these things. I fit the jacket or coat or whatever the thing is, and then push the legs up in. It's like you do it with Denison smocks and stuff. You have the lower portion of the jacket, so you make that. I never fit that portion onto the legs. I always fit the jacket onto the body and push the legs up in. That's just my way of doing it, and in this case it proves to be right, because you try fitting them. Once you've fitted the jacket together and got that set, you try fitting the legs in on this figure, and they would only go so far, and there was like, if you watch the live cast you'll see it, there's about like half a centimetre gap, and the legs just won't go up in to reach the body, and you know damn well if you force the issue you'll bust those bits of jacket off. So if I'd have fitted the legs first, there's no way I would have got those bits of jacket on. So what I had to do was scrape a whole load of plastic, and you'll see me doing it on the live cast. Scrape a whole load of plastic off those legs, particularly on the hips, until I could get those legs up in. Eventually, having scraped a considerable amount of plastic off those hips, I managed to get the legs to fit. But it was not good. It was not good. And I've come to expect good things from Masterbox. I like their stuff. I like their figures. So this figure was a great disappointment. It was not a good figure at all. Not a good figure at all. Awful, awful to put together. So for a young person, if a young person bought this box of figures, I think they're going to find all kinds of difficulty with it, not only with this figure, but the guy with the rake as well. And possibly with that little cart as well. But he is together now. As you can see around his waist, he still needed a bit of filler, and obviously round where the sections meet for the jacket needed filler. But funny thing is, you know, this figure, as much of a pain in the butt as it was, it's probably going to be, with the exception of one other figure here, it's probably going to be the best figure in the whole damn bunch once it's painted. I mean, the detailing on the face, absolutely lovely, absolutely lovely, which is what you'd expect from Masterbox. Just a great disappointment, this figure, building wise. So that is box MB3567 from Masterbox Civilians, Western Region World War II era civilians. My overall impression of the box, nice figures once you get them done. 2 out of the 4 are not easy. 1 particularly difficult, the Jewish guy. For a young person, if a young person bought this box, I think they're going to find great difficulty completing it, which is not good. Would I recommend this box? Because, like I've said to people, in 135 scale, civilians for World War II, civilians are not that plentiful. They're not that plentiful. So would I recommend this box? Yes, I would, but you've got to be prepared to put some effort into it, and you're going to find some difficulties along the way. It's not a straightforward box to put together by any means. Just be aware of that. But if you do suffer the difficulties, you'll get some nice figures. You'll get some nice figures out of it. Yeah. Right. Onward and onward.